Ladies and gentlemen, we made it! It's Friday. It's the end of the mother-loving week. You've done so well. Friday is here. Take off your shirt. Take off your trousers. Take your shirt off. We will not be needing it. We do not need to be constricted by the confines of these oppressive, socially constructed material possessions. Remove your shirt. Unleash your nips on the world. Show them. Be proud. Have them stand to attention like two communist soldiers dedicating their life to the supreme leader. Start to remove your shoes. Remove your socks. Start to gently unbutton your khakis. Your khakis. Just start to gently nose at the top of the flies. It's Friday. It doesn't matter. The rules no longer apply. The confines of the work week are about to be thrown up into the air like a bag of chips as the seagull of the weekend comes swooping in. Ready to tear shit up like you've never seen before, you sexy alien bitch from the future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes, that's all I want.
You're getting on, you're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Lobsters.
We're here. We're here. It's Friday. Me and Wesley are excited. We've had a good week, and I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to Amsterdam later after the show for a stag weekend, so I might die. If I do, it's been fun, and I've enjoyed what the last 6 months of my life with you lot. And if I end up drowning in a canal, having overdosed on drugs and hookers, then, you know, I went out the way I lived. You know, I died doing what I loved. So it's been fun. So it's Friday, guys, as I have continually mentioned, and it's not just that, but Fetish Friday, which is, so we will begin that in a hot minute. Once everyone's come in and sat down. There's still people at the back, still with their coats on. So, guys, if you wouldn't mind just removing the coats, taking the shirt off, around the head, pull up a pew, and, enjoy. What have we got? Okay, so we're going to need to crown a shoe thrower of the week. Difficult. Could it be War Dub by Calyx and TB? Could it be the Mindscape remix of Pythias? Could it be one of these inside infos? Maybe it could. Could it be No Reality by the Clamps? I mean, the Clamps do seem to be doing a runaway job of cleaning up shoe throwers of the week. And I mean, there's plenty to get into. We've got this AMC bit as well that is worth looking at. You know, it's worth having it's worth taking a peek over it and that, like, and doing your due diligence on it, because you wouldn't want to get to the end and realise you hadn't done enough research, you know what I mean, and that, like.
Lobsters.
In terms of bollocks, mystery of man walking down Bristol Street with musical shed in his head that blasts fire out the chimney. So that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Get into that. Big Shawnee sent me vegan feminist cafe that imposed 18% gender surcharge on men closes down. So maybe we'll start a new fedora wearing segment called Let the Markets Decide. Crow with Yorkshire accent asks woman, "You're out, love." So that's nice. We will get into that. Probably we can do this whole gynecologist vagina garlic situation. Oh, pill testing given green light at Groovin' in the Moo Festival. I've not heard of Groovin' in the Moo Festival. Is that a real thing? Oh shit, I haven't got it up. Bloody everyone at Coachella has got herpes. That's news. Some Elon double entendre action from Jasper Hamill. Elon Musk invited to build a double action blower. That's not as rude as it sounds, but it does involve Pornhub. So that's a bit of fun. And Kai the Hitchhiker, man sort of famed for being one of the greatest YouTube videos of all time, has been found guilty of murder. So he'd gone to prison. So we can get into that. And I've been threatening this Florida man eating the pasta aggressively situation for a long old time now, and maybe today's the day, guys. Maybe today's the day. Look, tell me where you are listening. Tell me what actual device you are listening on. Are you listening on an old gramophone? Are you listening on a clockwork radio? Are you listening on one of those paper cups attached by a string to the inside of my anus? I have noticed there are a lot of strings going on down there, and I've wondered what might be on the end of them. So that's going to be worth finding out. Maybe it's a couple of mittens that people just don't want lost. Yep, like and subscribe at the bottom as you do. And also remember, this is a podcast as well. So if you want this as a podcast to listen again, go to your podcast app of choice. Just search fucking Coffee and Memes, mate.
Lobsters.
Just fucking Coffee and Memes. Right, let's do this other inside info bit. Get the show off to a fine frickin' start. This is mirrored by Inside Info, which is on his Imstmiden labels called Imstmino. Tom is listening on Sennheiser HD 380 at the moment, and Adam A77X the rest of the time. Thank you for that, Tom. Joe is listening in Unit 10, which is next door. Robin is listening on a Nokia N-Gage. Big Stinny's at home. It says fuck work. Wow, you fucking commie. Alright, some Geordies in the chat. There was a big sort of Scotland versus Geordie situation on Rankins Records yesterday. Hello. Yeah, Kieran, you're right. There's the Scotch and the Geordies, maybe even some Mackhams, all basically banded together about how much they hate the Southerners. Seem reasonable. I think we worked out that, Northerners and Southerners are not that different, except us Southerners do have teeth and eat food that doesn't come in cans. This is quite an erotic little number, actually. Could definitely get my game onto this. Really gets the hips gyrating. Yeah, man, that's mirrored by Inside Info on his label, which is called Instagram Records. So that's a bit fun, isn't it? Guys, shall we do one story and then we'll get into Fetish Friday, which is a segment I've recorded already. And it's a good one, I guess. It's not really for me to say, is it? Let's have this fucking do with the chimney. What? Right. We will one day, maybe today will be the day we get the answer to the eternal question: what's she going to look like with a chimney on her? Mystery of man walking down Bristol Street with a musical shed on his head. The blasts fire out the chimney. A bizarre video was filmed by a stunned walker. Yeah, it's not something you see every day, I guess, although you know Bristol and that. Imagine a man with a miniature wooden shed on his head with disco lights under the eaves and fire blasting out the chimney in time to the music. The little shed is playing as the wearer walks down the street. Well, imagine no more, because it's here. It's been filmed in real life, and it's in Bristol, because that is what happens in Bristol now. Yep. True. There's a lot of stuff going on in the side bits here about something called Thunderground. I don't know what Thunderground is, but it sounds really dangerous. First one, man suffers life-changing injuries at Thunderworld. Oh, sorry, Thunderworld, not Thunderland, Thunderworld. And then below is race hate crime at Thunderworld, leaves girl needing surgery. So what the fuck is this place? And what is going on there? I reckon it's worth avoiding. Bizarre video, scroll down to watch in full, was filmed by a stunned Edward Jenkins. Jenkins, 35, out for a walk with his wife Poppy and Jenks. Lovely stuff in St Werburgh's, Bristol. He says, I've just moved to the fabulous St Werburgh's community in Bristol with my wife, and I took an evening stroll around the area. Hearing the distinctive music, I stumbled across Shedhead, walking down the street, and I whipped out my camera. He was being chased by a few people by that time. By the time he came round the corner, he had disappeared. Wow, okay. Is he magic? Quite why there was a man with a miniature wooden shed on his head with disco lights under the eaves and fire blasting out the chimney in time with the music. The shed was blasting out remains a mystery to passers-by who stopped to watch the mixture of fear, apprehension, bafflement, confusion, delight, and a raging boner. Right, 3 questions remained for all that saw it. Firstly, why was the man with the miniature wooden shed on his head with disco lights under the eaves and fire blasting out the chimney in time to the music walking past St Werburgh City Farm? Secondly, is describing it as a shed doing this creation a disservice? Is it really a miniature house? Yeah, well, sheds tend not to have chimneys. I don't think I've ever seen a shed with a chimney. So there's the first point, which I think, sort of debunks the shed narrative. It clearly is a house, isn't it? Okay. Armistice Bear got a close look and said it was a perfect miniature wooden house. Yes. Armistice. A 39-year-old was sitting outside enjoying a warm evening when she also witnessed the scene on Monday evening. It was quite an incredible sight. She said, my partner and I were sat on a bench outside our house near St Werburgh's City Farm. And they turned round to me and said, did you see that? Right, come on, let's look at the video then. Come on, where is he? Go on, Bristol Live. Pathetic. Come on, what are you doing? I'm so unimpressed with the video capabilities of news websites. This is just an endless stream of... oh, here we go. Well done. Oh, of course, it's fucking 110. Right, yeah, man with miniature house on head. It is everything as described. Playing some of that funky 110 ghetto funk shit. That is as Bristol as it gets. Unless he's... he could be on ketamine, I guess. That would make him slightly more Bristol. Also, I can't see any dreadlocks. And he could be pouring Thatcher's Gold cider out the back of his arse. Maybe if he gave himself a Thatcher's Gold enema and then was just like... firing it out occasionally in time to that funky 110 ghetto funk shit. Oh, baby Jesus. Oh, good God. All right, let's do this Crow bit quickly, because Crow with Yorkshire accent asks woman, you're all right, love? A woman filmed the moment a Crow inexplicably welcomed people to a tourist attraction with you're right, love in a thick Yorkshire accent. So come on, let's get him on.
You're all right, love.
Nice.
I'm all right.
You don't sound all right. You sound like you're masking some pain, Crow. You sound like maybe your little crowy life just hasn't quite... All right, fuck off. Your little crowy life just hasn't quite, matched up with your little crowy goals. Like, you're right, love. Yeah, I'm all right. Like, come on, what's wrong? I'm just a bit act off about Brexit, Crow's notorious Leave voters, so they're pretty, unhappy about the sort of absolute shambles of it all. And they're a bit build the wall, Crows, traditionally. And so he's act off about that. But, does he deserve sympathy? I don't know. Right, let's have one more bit, and then we're going to get into Fetish Fridays. And that's why we're all here. Let's have this bit by the Clamps, because, no, actually, I'm going to have Far Away, Critical Impact, with Fats on it. Lovely bit of gear. Some people are saying Shed House Headman, Dr. Mika promoting his new track, Baconhead maybe, Cohen Sound possibly. Yeah. It's Ed Real of Hard House DJ fame. Oh, the Ed boy was quoted in the article, but he's not the man with the shed on his head. Who is man with shed on head? Is Shed Man the hero we need, but not the hero we deserve? It's possible. Maybe he's the newest Avenger. Hey, smash that like button wherever you're listening. Oh, you'd be doing me such a favour. And if you're on Facey B, please don't be shy on that share button. I'll love you forever, man. Yeah, That's Far Away by Critical Impact, DRS and Feds. Lovely bit of gear. All right, so here now begins the first in what is likely to be a terrifying, a truly harrowing series of segments of the show entitled Fetish Friday. Hello and welcome to Fetish Fridays, a segment of the show I will almost certainly live to regret. Working titles for this segment were Unfuckable White People Do the Darndest Things, I'm glad that we live in a society that allows this sort of thing, however leave me alone. Many ideas, many names, but every Friday I'm going to attempt to tackle a different fetish that I feel you need to know about, probably in a vain attempt to make coffee and memes become Euro trash. You've got to have an ambition, you've got to have something to work towards, and it might as well be this. Right, so our first outing on Fetish Friday is pony parties and pony play. Oh, baby Jesus, save us from the ponies. Generally, of the non-fetish variety, pony play, playing as a pony, is generally the reserved to horsey work. Horsey stuff, horsey work is generally in polite society the reserve of little girls, and generally more veering towards little posh girls as well. In fact, you can actually tell how posh an adult woman, a woman girl, a lady woman is by asking her to do a pony impression. And if you say, can you do an impression of a pony? And if she looks at you and says, what? Probably not that posh. But if you say, can you do an impression of a pony? And immediately she goes, then she's probably basically aristocracy, because she will have gone to an all-girls boarding school and they basically just did that 24/7 for, I don't know, about 15 years. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into the video. Sweet baby Jesus, save us all. Okay, so we've got a sort of old boiler here. She's on a cart. She's strapping one up. There we go. Oh, good God. Oh, baby Jesus. Here he is. Oh, look at him go. Oh, my God.
Today, we are in Louisiana at the Ponies on the Delta.
Oh, right, okay. Well, let's start at the beginning. Here he is. He's one of the gentlemen into the pony party. He looks like a thumb with a moustache, dressed as a fetish pony. What to say about this gentleman here? I'm glad he's having a good time. You can see where the draft title "Unfuckable White People Do the Darndest Things" comes from. They've just got to take it however they can get it, really, haven't they? It's he's unlikely to have supermodels on his D. With that egghead. I don't know, maybe he has a glowing personality. I don't know. I hope he's happy, of course, but he does look like a big toe with a moustache. Okay, well, let's
Pony play event.
Here we go. Wow.
Pony play. Ready, set, go. Now.
What a bunch of characters, eh? Wow, look at them go.
Today we're out here having a pony play competition where people compete in events and classes just the same as real horses do.
All right, real horses. Okay, so how close are you going to take it to actual real horses? I don't know if you've ever seen real horses doing the jumping over the jumps and all of that sort of malarkey. They shit everywhere all the time. Just huge clods, just indiscriminately, just blasé, trot along, canter, just streams of hot grassy tods coming out the back. Is this happening? Is this going to be a thing? I probably can't show that on YouTube if it is, but look, I want them to do this properly, you know? Something Beardy Man once said to me was, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing in excruciating detail. And I really feel like that's something they should be getting along with here.
Get it! Yeah!
Wow, great. Go on.
These events are very competitive. Just like a regular horse show event, we end up with some crashes and wrecks.
Go on. Oh, he's crashed. He's fallen over. He's up again.
Over the jump.
Oh, here we go. Oh, you fucking idiot. Look at the state of this cunt.
Competition gets pretty crazy sometimes.
Oh, my God. He's doing a Todd there, is he? No?
This is the blindfold obstacle course. Ponies are going to be blindfolded.
Great.
They're
Brilliant.
hitched to a cart. Their handler's going to have to guide them through the course. If they cause any faults, they'll lose points. And we're about to see them get their first go at it.
Come on, horsey. You can do this.
I'm pretty free and wild. I keep
Oh,
the
yeah.
cart
Oh, bad horse.
out with the handler, you know, and really just try to give him.
You need to get your horse under control, love. Seriously, he's absolutely he's outrageous. He's all over the shop. He's a menace. He's a renegade horsey. Honestly, he's just like, you think that horsey's going to pull the cart? He's doing it on his terms. You know, you think you can control him? You think you can control this renegade pony? Good luck. This renegade pony's got a drink problem. This renegade pony isn't speaking to his wife anymore. His kids don't want to know him. He's a menace. The other horses, they've had enough of him. He's a pain in the arse.
Really hard times, so they really have to try to keep us to obey, but it
Oh
really
God!
doesn't work in
Hit him with the
favor.
stick. Oh God! Obviously he wants a smack, doesn't he? That's what they always want. These unfuckable white types. They want a smack. Always with the smacking. Give me a smack. Oh, I've been bad. Give me a smack. Why'd you hate yourself so much? Oh, God. He's my least favourite.
I really just fall into that space, and I'm a pony when I do that.
Yeah,
so
are
I'm
you?
free, I run around, I
Right.
gallop, I jump, I snort.
Go on, son.
I whine,
Yes.
and I nuzzle, and I
Have
get the
it.
head scratches.
Oh.
It's a pony. That will always be my favorite part.
That's my least
All
favourite
of our
part.
outfits that we make are based off of bio-horse equipment or made out of bio-horse equipment that's been rearranged to fit humans and can get very costly. People are very proud of their outfits they put together.
Yeah, that's a specialist item, isn't it? That's a custom number. Yeah, that's not an off the peg. There's no sort of. I doubt maybe there are pony play emporiums. I don't know. If there are, I don't want to go there. If there are, I'm glad they exist, but I don't want to go there. Okay, it's clearly a specialist custom item, isn't it? Oh, go away. Oh, grow up.
Everything on me is custom made.
Yeah,
my ears
see.
are made from old boots, and then I added some fox fur to make it a little bit fuzzy, kind of get that Shetland look.
Yeah, you really have nailed that Shetland look, the Shetland Luke. You've absolutely nailed the Shetland Luke, buddy. I'm all about that Luke.
The muzzle is custom.
Nice bike gloves as well. Did you borrow them off Ronnie Size? Is that where it does? Plot twist. Ronnie Size's lost or missing cycling gloves are actually stolen by this cunt. Stolen for pony play. Stolen for a horsey fetish party. Oh, poor Ronnie.
From a friend named Daisy Doll. You know, I got my bit and everything here. Custom made the bridge, which is a French braid.
Great,
but,
brilliant.
The suit I did custom make, you know.
I've seen people at raves wear those shoes.
I added the markings and everything to give me more of that Shetland breed look. And underneath this particular harness that I'm wearing now, it's not really meant for pulling carts or anything. Its only purpose is to hold my tail because my tail.
No, look, I have a better solution for you here. Look, again, like I say, if you're going to do it properly, if you're going to do it in excruciating detail. That tail would very easily lend itself to a butt plug, and that would show your dedication to the pony life. You know, it is one thing just strapping it onto a bloody belt or something, but it's one thing if your pony lifestyle is going to actually permanently change the size of your bumhole. That's the dedication. Look, I want to see that. Well, I don't want to see it, but I want to see that level of commitment. God knows I don't want to see it, but I want to know that it's happening. Sort of. I'm not sure. Oh God, my liberal values are tested every day. Every freaking day.
5 pounds by itself, which is quite a bit of weight. So.
Yep. Stick it in your ass.
That's about.
You look gorgeous.
I love you. You're my favorite toy.
It's a goth pony, cyberdog pony. There he goes.
The tack, as the pony equipment is called.
Yeah. So he.
It's a very essential part for most ponies, but it's also very important to adopting that role and being able to change from the human aspect to the pony aspect in a headspace kind of way, like really get into character.
Right, yeah, so this is goth pony, clearly cyberpunk pony. He spends a lot of time listening to The Cure, probably listens to Psytrance as well, listens to The Cure in stables while taking a lot of amphetamines. They love the amphetamines, the goths. They can't get enough of the speed. I had a goth friend at... I still have some goth friends, different goth friends. A goth friend at school, at college, sixth form college. And one day we were in the pub that we used to drink in underage. I don't even know if it's still there. The Marquess of Exeter. And he was a goth and he sold drugs. And he asked me if I wanted to buy any black speed. I said, what is black speed? And he said, well, it's normal speed, but I've dyed it with food colouring to make it black, so I thought it would go down well with the goths. Turns out no one wants to buy black speed. I actually can't even give it away. I said, no, I don't want to buy any of your black speed. I don't know why he did it. He probably just did it himself.
So looking the part is a big part
of playing the part. Yes.
And when it comes to pony tack, it's a lot about individual expression.
Yeah, everybody's a little different. Yeah, sometimes you start out with ears and tail, and then you end here.
These two are cute.
It's I don't want to say it's a one-way road, but it's definitely a hole once you get in it.
It's a slippery road.
It's a slippery road.
They're talking about sex.
Yeah,
I think now.
Make her across and then we're going to do our thing. We have to be very normal and vanilla, upright, tax paying citizens Monday through Friday. So to get to go out and pretend to be something else for the weekend is like so much fun.
Go! And it's about expressing your inner...
Split the difference.
...personality too, because so many other people, I'm sure I can speak for, live a life Monday through Friday that's not really an expression of who they are, what they do.
It's what pays their bills.
And when you get a chance to come out here and you get to enjoy what you do and...
Right, a few things. Okay, so look, you're expressing your inner self. Why is your inner self a horse? What's the deal with that? Okay, I want explanation. Secondly, this dude here, he is the worst. He doesn't even have a horsey mask on. Literally, he's just a dude with a goatee and a tail and some sort of bondage rig. That is pathetic. He doesn't even have hooves. No hooves? Are you serious? Can't be a horsey with no sort of snout, no long face, just a goatee beard, no hooves. Fucking pathetic. I hate this guy. He's the worst. He's the worst horsey. The other one, the one that's the renegade horsey, he's the one I dislike the most, but he's just... This guy is pathetic. Look, he's just hammering over. It's just a bloody running race, isn't it? Like, he's just gone out for a day of bloody athletics, wearing what is effectively running gear with a tail and some fucking bondage straps. Pathetic. You should be ashamed.
To enjoy similar things and enjoy it with them. It's a great feeling.
The freedom to be weird.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Please
yes, you should be.
To the Wizard of
Don't.
Oz.
All right. Well, this concludes the first episode of Fetish Friday. I am as appalled as you are, but I feel it's somehow my duty to continue this. God knows why. Okay, I love you. God bless. Pony parties, there they are. Look at them go. Look at them gallop. Look at them whinny. Look at them neigh. Melt them down for glue, I think. Chode's suggestion of putting them in a Lidl's lasagna, I think, is a decent one. Look, I hope they're happy. I hope they're having a good time. And I'm glad they exist. I just don't want to be one. That's... It's my 2 cents in it, and I think I probably don't want them putting their horse manure on my front lawn. Wish I had a front lawn. That's the dream, isn't it? Front lawn, white picket fence, the American dream. Oh yeah. Right, come on. Let's have war dub. Let's do it. We're here to find out she thrower of the week. Hope you enjoyed Fetish Friday. Any suggestions for fetishes that you want me to cover? Actually, I got some listener mail yesterday. Whoa, God. Which it involves a fetish, but I don't know if I can cover it because I did some Googling of it. I don't even want to mention what it is. And all the videos came up from Pornhub. And I clicked on one, and I don't say this lightly, I genuinely wish I hadn't clicked on it. Like, and I'm in some narky WhatsApp groups. I'm going to read the listener mail out. I'm just not going to cover the mentioned fetish on Fetish Fridays because it's genuinely harrowing stuff. There's also no real... I don't think there's anything funny about it. Adult babies, good call. I think that's definitely one. I reckon this is She Throw of the Week. Yeah, man. This is Wardub, Calix and TB. Don't know what label it's on. Could be on Wham Records. That would not surprise me that if it was on Wham Records. But hey, maybe it's on subtitles. I don't know what. Look, people, there's something called sounding going on in the chat. Some sort of sexual practice. Saying shouldn't have searched on the Pornhub app. Recommendations could be spicy now. People worrying about messing up the algorithm with their Pornhub recommendations. God, you look at one granny midget porn once, and then all you get is bloody recommendations for it over and over again. Okay, listen to Mo. Send me any bollocks that you have on your mind. Send me any bollocks that you can find. Even if that bollocks that you have on your brain is totally fucking insane. No, thank you so much. Just a small one here, which is from Big Shawnee Simpson. He says, hi Will, is this real news from Australia? Since Australia isn't real, maybe it's fake news. It is real news. I've seen it covered generally, and the news is vegan feminist cafe that imposed 18% gender surcharge on men closes down. Press F to show respect. A vegan feminist cafe in Australia that imposed an 18% gender surcharge and gave women priority seating. Who has priority seating in a cafe? Like, how would that even work? The Handsome Her Cafe, which only opened a few years ago, was located in inner city Melbourne, mate, and described itself as by women for women. The venue attracted headlines in 2017 for challenging the quote-unquote gender pay gap and charging men extra. At the time, the cafe's management claimed the attention left them jam-packed with customers showing their support, but not anymore. A notice on the cafe's website says it's closing down for good. On the 28th of April, the cafe attracted numerous negative reviews on TripAdvisor, with one man saying that he had to deal with an aggressive and irate woman who called him a vile beast because he said he was dissatisfied with his meal. Perhaps if the staff had focused on providing a good service for everyone and not discriminating against men, it might have been more profitable. That's the end of the story. Get woke, go broke, I think is the term often bandied around. Why not just make it a women-only cafe? Why just not just ban men? You know, there are men's clubs. It's fine. Have at it. Have a men's club. Have a women's club. You know, men and women are different. We're, you know, of equal value, of equal, you know, equal in front of God, all equally naked, screaming and alone when we come into this world, and generally when we go out, all equally covered in slime as we come sliding out of the vagina of life. But yeah, you know, if you want to have a bloody, you know, some sort of private girly members club or some private laddie members club, fucking go at it. Look, I don't make the rules up.
Lobsters.
Jesus, just want everyone to be nice to each other and get along and stuff, don't I? You know, I just want the best for people. Want the best for people. Okay, what? All right, let's cover the Elon news. Elon Musk. We'll get that up on the screen, actually. Elon Musk invited to build a double-action blower. That's not as rude as it sounds. Obviously, Jasper Hamill up in the speech on this one. A famous free porn site has invited Elon Musk to collaborate on the creation of a dual-action blower. Might sound like a sex toy, but in fact, the truth about the idea is as unerotic as you can imagine. Pornhub got in contact with Elon Musk after he announced that Tesla would be making a leaf blower because, of course, Tesla's making a leaf blower. Why wouldn't they be making a leaf blower? If you're lucky enough to have never encountered a suburban back garden, this is a device which blows leaves around so they can be cleared up more easily. Thanks for clarifying that, Jasper Hamill. It's not clear whether Elon was joking about the product or if he was being serious. Probably being serious. Maybe it's the next board. Oh no, it's going to be a Tesla one. Okay. Last year, everyone assumed he was messing around when he vowed to make a flamethrower, which has now shipped 20,000 of them. Tesla is going to develop a quiet electric leaf blower, Musk tweeted. Tesla blows. Ha ha. Ha ha. Anyone seen there's a what's the comedian Kyle Dunningham on Instagram's Elon Musk one about the robot? It's like, yep, no, we've made a killer robot. Yep. It's broken out of the lab. Yep. Hungry for human flesh. Gonna kill us all. Yep. So good. The main Pornhub Twitter account then responded, want to do a collab on a dual-purpose electric blower. And Elon replied, well, you like blowing twigs too. The response pleased the Muscovites who follow Elon on Twitter. His tweet was liked almost 14,000 times, and one Musk fan wrote, bruh, someone come get this man. Don't know what that means. No comments on that one. It's a shame. No shares either. Damn, some days you're the hammer, Jasper Hamill, and some days you're the nail. It's hard to tell which you're going to be on a day to day. Right, this is AMC. Thought in the picture there, he thought he had one of those leather wrist straps, but it's an Apple Watch. I might add them too. I think something might, like after yesterday's discussion about men's fashions do's and don'ts, it might be worth compiling a list of really, particularly would be good for listener mail, as I did have a few messages about people with similar hatred directed towards those walking shoes. I'd add leather wrist straps to the list of things men should never ever wear. Like, are you a fucking elf or something? Are you in Lord of the Rings? Are you deflecting arrows or axe blows with it? Are you a Viking? Are you? Yeah, this is a naughty bit, isn't it? Well, there's some debate in the chat. This or War Dub? This is naughty. Damn, it seems about even on votes for this and votes for War Dub, so make your voice known. If you wanna say in it, if you don't want to say in it, if you want to sit on the fence, that's absolutely fine. It's not a freaking referendum. It's just a small discussion about shoe throwing. Right, well, how long we got left? Best part, 12 minutes. At 2 o'clock today, after lunch, after you've had your lunch, Mitch Wade Carlsbad was in self-help show. Mitch Wade Carl's in self-help show. Talking about gardening, I think. Yes, gardening. Right, good. Worth a listen. All right, what have we got? Come on. All right. It pains me to get into another shit-ass Jasper Hamill article. No, I'm not going to do it. Kai the Hitchhiker. Right, Kai the Hitchhiker faces life in prison after being found guilty of murder. Wow. Okay. Okay. Many will remember Caleb Kai, the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker McGilvery, from the viral video and the viral fame he found in 2013 after using a hatchet to save a woman from an attacker. And, of course, the animated interview he gave after the aftermath. Yeah. I mean, it's a 5-minute long video.
One of the heroes. Yeah. Can we
So,
do you mind?
the bit at the end
What do
is...
you want to talk about?
What happened today?
Well, went straight out of Dogtown, skateboarding, surfing it up. Before I say anything else, I want to say no matter what you've done, you deserve respect. He runs up and he grabs one of them, man. Like a guy that big can snap a woman's neck like a pencil stick. So I fucking ran up behind him with a hatchet. Smash, smash, smash. Yeah.
The lady said you saved her life.
She was the one who got grabbed by that fucker. You know what? Fuck is cool. That guy ain't. Shit.
How'd you get in his car? How did you?
I was hitchhiking. Good thing I was hitchhiking. Yeah, people say don't hitchhike. Well, this is what happens. At least I was here.
So he did this on purpose.
Dude, that guy was fucking cooked out, man. Like, he's beyond Howley. Like, I don't even see any breath in him. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's Kai, the hitchhiker. That goes on for 5 minutes. Later that year, however, McGilvery was arrested for the murder of 73-year-old lawyer Joseph Galfy Jr. McGilvery had met Galfy in Times Square, New York, before returning with him to his home in New Jersey. 2 days later, the attorney was found beaten to death in his bedroom, wearing only underwear and socks. Lucky it wasn't just the socks, or it had been more naked than naked. Now, McGilvery faces life in prison for Galfy's death after jurors in New Jersey's Union County convicted the Canadian of first-degree murder on Wednesday, the 24th of April. This was a brutal, vicious, senseless crime, and we are pleased that the interests of justice have been served. Prosecutor Monahan said in a news release from the Union County Prosecutor's Office. There he is. He needs a trim, needs a haircut. McGilvery has alleged that he acted in self-defense, having claimed Galfy attempted to sexually assault him while he slept. According to NJ.com, McGilvery's defense attorney, John Cito, said police had failed to properly investigate the claims of sexual assault. However, prosecutors have rebutted this, saying the claims of self-defence could not be argued after considering the extent of the bodily harm Goncalves suffered. Look at him sat in court there. He looks like a SoundCloud rapper. With a few more face tattoos, and literally he'd look like bloody Takeshi 6ix9ine without the coloured hair. Calling the county medical examiner to stand, the court heard how Goncalves had 3 skull fractures, 4 broken ribs, and severe contusions. NJ.com journalist Sophie Nito Munoz said McGilvery gave an emotional, outburst-filled testimony. I bet he did. On the last day of a 4-week trial. Following his arrest several years ago, McGilvery's father, Gil McGilvery, yes, mate, said his son was born and raised in Edmonton. That is only statement. Speaking to the Associated Press from his home in Hawkesbury, Ontario, he explained he only had a sporadic contact with his son. He had last seen him in 2010, having lost custody when Caleb was 8, shortly after he and his wife divorced. Gilvery is set to be sentenced. McGilvery set to be sentenced on the 13th of June for the first-degree murder charge. He going away for a long time. He going down. That's a legit 25 to life, I'm afraid, buddy boy. It's a rough situation for everyone concerned. Oh dear. Right, look, finally we can get into this. Florida man arrested after aggressively eating handfuls of pasta. He looks quite Jesus-y, doesn't he? Does look a bit Jesus-y. A man in Florida was reportedly arrested after eating handfuls of pasta aggressively at a branch of Olive Garden. Police officers were called to the Olive Garden branch in Naples, Florida, after being made aware of a disturbance. Upon arriving at the popular chain restaurant, officers found 32-year-old Ben Paget sat on a park bench close to the front door. Or sat on a bench close to the front door. Paget of Naples was reportedly shirtless and smelt of alcohol. He was observed by officers to be shoveling handfuls of spaghetti into his mouth using his hands. He didn't want to get that never-ending sauce on his shirt. What's that? Anyway. According to the police report obtained by the Miami Herald, Paget had asked Olive Garden clientele for money as they approached the front entrance. When the restaurant employee asked him to stop doing this, Paget reportedly threatened them, stating, "I could beat your ass." Eat your ass would be a better threat. After the employee went back inside the restaurant, Paget followed him and loudly inquired whether he had male or female sex organs. Right, okay, it's a peculiar request. Once he was back outside the Olive Garden, Paget could be heard muttering obscenities and begging people for money while shoving handfuls of pasta into his mouth. Once police officers arrived, they reportedly gave him paper towels so he could clean the pasta from himself. After they placed him in handcuffs, he started to twist his body and kick his legs about. Kicky boy. Kicky pasta boy. Naughty kicky Florida pasta boy. Kicky. He could be one of those kicky pony boys. Couldn't he, kicky boy? After police officers helped him into the back of a police car, Paget reportedly caused himself an injury by bashing his head against the metal cage of the car's partition and was taken to hospital where he was treated for a bloody forehead. Bloody forehead and these bloody postmodernist foreheads. Paget was charged with disorderly intoxication as well as friend-zoning an officer without violence and was taken to the Naples County Jail, and he has been released on a $2,000 bail. Thanks for that, uni lad. You so rarely get a look in, poor uni lad. Poor uni lad. Going into administration, poor uni lad. You are not as bad as Sick Chirps, but you are pretty bad, uni lad. Okay, guys, listen, yeah. End of the show. End of the week. End of the world. It's all of those things and more. But thank you very much for listening this week. You're all wonderful humans. I appreciate the ever-loving fuck out of you all, every single one of you. And I thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you also to, of course, everyone that is supporting the show on Patreon. Financially, you are helping me do this. As I say, I want lots more like cool fun video content and sketches and stuff like Fetish Friday and more things are like kind. I have some amusing ideas for the news on pills. Sounds like it could be fun, and various other bits and bobs. The kangaroo court of Judge Rankin could be. Maybe there could be some sort of men's fashion disasters. Some sort of fashion report. I don't know. Anyway, look, if we the more we can raise, the more time I can spend on it. So thank you very much to everyone that is supporting on Patreon. If you want to, you can get your name on the VIP list, shouted out at the end of the show, and you help me enormously. So thank you to Oliver Hooper, Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, Ryan Glazer, James Parry, Dave Thompson, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Squiffington, Liam the Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, a guy with no STDs, Justin Mercer, Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphreys, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Dark Progressive Psytrance is actually superior to drum and bass, Nicolas Lorcy, Dameon Rayner, Kris Breaks, The Build, Karissa Barthelson, Odin Bates, Lee Fuller D, Daniel Jeremy Flaxis, Alexander Cassidy, Matthew Jenkins, Matt Wright, Dylan Laws, Grant Sullivan, Not That, Tom Robinson, subscribe on YouTube, Greg Cornford, Grace Sellers, Dab Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kevin Kleiser, Chris Shaw, Mr. Happy the German Trance Overlord DMB, Ranking makes uplifting vocal Psytrance under the alias Cosmic Waft, Keep your cool tall in the motor pool and don't let your meat life, and Nick Brock. Thank you all. Thank you, The Build, and thank you, Chode, for throwing a couple of quid into the hat in the super chat. You wonderful, wonderful folk. So next up at 11, we have a rerun of the Smorgasbord sessions. We will have a new one of those next week. Ciarán, you fine, fine gentleman. Thank you very much. You are a wonderful human. He got a pony in there for Fetish Fridays. Oh, you legends. Up next, we will have a repeat of Smorgasbord sessions, and then at 2 o'clock, after you've all had your lunch, I don't know what you're having for lunch. Let me know what you're having for your lunch. Why not? Mitch Wade Cole's fucking self-help show will give you an hour of fine gardening life hacks to just help you go about your business in your garden, whether or not you want to make a garden or just have a garden in your own pants. Maybe you're one of those eco-sexual types that likes to stick topsoil up their bum for kicks. That could be one to cover, isn't it? I mean, we've had it on the show already, but maybe there's more to be said about those fucking loons. They're getting after it. They're getting it done. They're probably having more sex than most people. Just I guess, with a lower caliber of partner. I don't know. Like it's fine by me. I wish them all the best. I love them all. Guys, thanks. I will be back next Monday as long as I survive this stag do. I think it'd be okay. I'm playing at the Melveg on Saturday night, if anyone's around. It's King's Day in Holland on Saturday. So it's going to be a load of orange-dressed lunatics running around, probably with dildos strapped to their hands, high off their noggins on the devil's lettuce, just slinging it about and being Dutch, smearing their bodies in cream cheese and sticking pancakes to their faces and poking magic mushrooms up their bums. God bless them. I love them. Some of my favourite peeps, the Dutchies. God bless them. Maybe I'll get to hook up with the Trance family. Maybe they're going to be over there. We'll see. Right, guys, I love you. I'll see you on Monday. God bless you.